Hey guys, welcome back to Dad's Views. Some of my followers have been asking how big my collection is, so I thought I'd run through what I've got in my bookcases. So I'll run that VT, let's go. Hi guys, so on my first shelf of my collection, I've got some random genres. I've got thrillers, I've got horror, and I've got quite a few DVDs. I've got quite a lot of Doctor Who, and I've got classics such as Stand By Me. On my second shelf, I've got more thrillers and movies such as Fast and the Furious. On my third shelf, I've got Xena the Warrior Princess and random stuff, including martial art films. On my next one, I've got mainly science fiction. So I've got the Pacific Rims, Robocops, The Happening, Ender's Game, Looper. On the shelf below, I've got, roughly speaking, sword and sandals, and fantasy such as Stardust and Season of the Witch, The House of the Clock and Walls, The Lovely Bones. Underneath that, I've got lots of spy stuff and action. So I got all the James Bonds, Taken 1, 2, and 3, The Equalizer 1, 2, and 3, Jack Reacher, Mr. and Mrs. Smith, The Girl on the Train and the Tattoo Girl, and whatever else, Kick-Ass 1 and 2. And then underneath, I've got, well, all sorts really. I've got fantasy, I've got Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz, I've got the trilogy, the Cornetto trilogy. I've got Jumanji's, Goonie, Treasure, National Treasure, Tomb Raiders, Lost City. Yeah, quite a few. Right, on to the next shelf. I've got all my MCU stuff at the back. And then I got the start of my DCU. On the next shelf, Superman, Batman Trilogy, Man of Steel, Justice League, V for Vendetta, Ghost Rider, Superman, Titans, Suicide Squad, Blue Beetle, Shazams. Yeah, quite a few there. On the next shelf is science fiction again. If I gently pull this one out of the way. Great films like The Last Starfighter, Arrival, Westworld, Moon, Independence Day 1 and 2, Life, Passengers. Such an underrated film, a beautiful film. Saturn 3, that's pretty intense. Kirk Douglas. Okay, on the next shelf, more science fiction. The Abyss, The Explorers in DVD, the classic 1950s version of War of the Worlds, and then more Blu-rays. And then the shelf with my TARDISes. Behind all this, I got a lot of fantasy. So I've got The Lord of the Rings, I've got Pirates of the Caribbean, I've got Harry Potter, got all the Narnia Chronicles, Game of Thrones, House of Dragons. I got the Mummy Trilogy, Maleficence, Night of the Museum 1, 2, and 3, Page Master, The Water Horse. Right, on my next shelf, again, I got lots of science fiction. I got the full series of Battlestar Galactica, brilliant series, love it. Planet of the Apes, Cocoon 1 and 2, The Fly 1 and 2 on DVD. And then at the end, I got a bit of horror with Dracula, quite a big Dracula fan. So I've got Dracula, I've got Renfield, got the Young Frankenstein, Never Dracula, Bram Stoker's Dracula, Dusk Till Dawn, The Evil Dead, I, Frankenstein, Got the Hellraiser movies on DVD. Okay. Then underneath that, big Stargate fan. So I've got all the Stargate series, SG1. I've got all the series of Stargate Atlantis. I've got all the series of Stargate Universe. I've got the full series of Lost in Space on DVD. I got all the series of V, the mini-series and the following series. I've got some classic Battlestar Galactica. Got the full movie box set of RoboCop on DVD. I've got classic Flash Gordon, the series. And I've got the Flash Gordon movie on Blu-ray, The Red Planet. I've got the series of the Tripods on DVD box set. Yeah, so quite a lot there. Right, on to the next bookcase. Okay, guys, this is my little bookcase alongside the main one for my special stuff. So I've got the Indiana Jones box set. I've got the Blu-ray of the Dial of Dysentery, which wasn't very good, but I need it. I've got the Grail Diary collectible with authentic interior and all the little ticket stubs. I've got Indies sharing a shelf, multiple Indies. Then I come down to my John Wick. I love my John Wicks. So I've tried to get the steel books where possible, but I've got John Wick 1. I've got 2 steel books, so 3. I'm going to have to think about swapping that. Interestingly, the John Wick 2 and 4 steelbooks are horrendously expensive. I haven't been able to track them down at an affordable price. So I've got John Wick 1, 2, 3 and 4 on Blu-ray. And then I've also got Ballerina on steelbook, which is fantastic. I really rate that film. I don't care what anyone says. I thought it was a bloody good film. Okay, underneath we've got more John Wick. We've got my Funko Pop. We've got this little John Wick duck. We've obviously got the famous pencil. He killed 3 people in a bar with a pencil. We got the origin story of the Continental Hotel, the series, which was absolutely brilliant. I don't know why they didn't do a second series. Then we got Leon. Leon for me is a classic movie. Really love it. Underneath that, we've got the Predator. We got Alien v Predator. We got Star Trek box series. We got Star Trek box series on Blu-ray. We got the 3 movies, Star Trek Beyond and Darkness. Then below that, I've got the 4K version of The Abyss, which I think is a phenomenal movie from James Cameron. We've got the box set of Alien Anthology, which is brilliant. But I've also got Aliens on 4K because it's my favourite film. Then we've got, what's that, Prometheus? I don't know, I can't read it from this angle. Oh, Romulus. I got Romulus on Blu-ray, Prometheus next door. Then I got Alien Covenant, Predator trilogy, Predators, and then we're on to the Terminator film. Below, we've got the Terminator 2, 3, and then we got Salvation, and then Genesis, and then the Dark Fate, which wasn't very good. Then we got the brilliant Terminator, the Sarah Connor Chronicles, which was phenomenal. And then I've picked up all the Walking Dead. I do like a zombie series, so I've got all the Walking Deads. And then we're on to Star Wars. I got, excuse me, I got Fanboys, Family Guy trilogy. Then I've got the Clone Wars season 1 and 2. And at the bottom, we've got Clone Wars again. I think that's the movie. And then we got seasons 1 and 2. And then we got the Star Wars box set. And then I got some individuals on Blu-ray as well. Oh, Rogue One and Solo. Rogue One is probably the best Disney Star Wars movie they ever made. Solo I actually enjoyed. And I don't care what the haters say. Right, on to the next bookcase. So guys, this is basically arranged in rough genres. I got lots of comedy up there. Got all the police academies. I got all the Austin Powers. I got A Million Ways to Die in the West. Paul, The Interview, The Dictator, Johnny English. And then below I got, again, comedy and musicals, and more comedy and bad rom-com. Oh, Gandhi is not a comedy, but I really need to put these in alphabetical order. Guys, do you think I need to take the time to put all this in alphabetical order? It's going to take me ages if I do. The Other Guys, one of my most favourite comedies. It just makes me laugh with all the hobos abusing his Prius. Anyway, okay. We've got more movies, thrillers and action movies. And again, thrillers and action movies. We got a bit of classic DVD now. We got Yes Minister, Yes Prime Minister, absolutely top of their game writing from the BBC. And it's not often I say that these days. We got The Crown, Pride and Prejudice, The Patriot. Right, underneath that, we've got random movies that I probably haven't seen for a while. Sully's a good movie. Right, on to the next bookcase. Again, we've got lots of DVDs of classics like Fool's War, Wicker's World. Some of you are wondering what Wicker's World are. The Wizard of Oz on DVD, brilliant. Oliver, brilliant. Fiddler on the Roof, brilliant. Les Mis, brilliant. Sound of Music, absolutely amazing. I've got these on Blu-ray as well, but I seem to have duplicates. Okay, lots of Disney. So as you may know, I've got a nice young grandson. I've got lots of movies for us to watch together when he's old enough. I've got the full selection of classic Disney and new Disney, and new things like Paddington 2 in Peru, which I think are really good movies. Kung Fu Panda, all the Kung Fu Pandas, Rio, Smurfs 1 and 2, and then more. What have we got here? The Secret Life of Pets, Paranorman, Santa Claus. I got all the Herbie films on Blu-ray, which are brilliant. These are movies that I just don't trust Disney to share on their streaming service, because all the streaming services rotate their stock and take it away. That's why I love physical media. If I want to watch it, I will. And then underneath, I've got a pretty random selection. But underneath that, one of my favourite genres, I've got war movies. So let's just quickly run through a few. We've got Zulu, Band of Brothers, The Pacific, Fury, Inglourious Bastards, Schindler's List. Oh, crikey, it's still shocking when you watch that. A Few Good Men, Ice Cold in Alex, probably my favourite black and white World War II movie. Absolutely brilliant. Who doesn't want a nice pint of Carlsberg in Alexandria? Kelly's Heroes, absolutely fantastic. Where Eagles Dare, Das Boot, River Kwai, Lawrence of Arabia, War Horse. I mean, the list just goes on and on. Really good films. We got all the Rambos. Love Rambo. My favourite will always be First Blood. The Expendables, yeah, okay, so they're entertaining. That's about it. Okay, what else we got? The Final Countdown on Blu-ray, because I couldn't find it on DVD. Sorry, I couldn't find it on Blu-ray. The Thick of It, a classic BBC dark comedy about politicians and the political elite. Very funny. With Peter Capaldi, I should say, as Malcolm. Behind that, we've got a few BBC and ITV classics that you can't get and see on streaming. It isn't off Hot Mum. The quality of comedy writing on that is exceptional, but no streaming service or the BBC will show it these days due to political correctness. We've got Soldier, one of my favourite series growing up. Who don't like Paddy Garvey? And then more war movies. Taps. There you go. Here's a classic movie. And underneath, we've got more movies. Lots of kids stuff. We've got all the Shrek box set. We've got Minions. We've got Cars. I don't know if 50 Shades of Grey should be with the children's movies. I'll have to move that. And then right at the bottom, we got a couple of big box sets. We got the full A-Team series on DVD, including the ammo box And then I've also got Charmed on DVD box set, which is absolutely brilliant to find. There we go, guys. What are your thoughts on my collection? The big one is, should I put it in all alphabetical order? It'd probably take me days to unload the shelves and then sort it. But should I do it? Let me know in the comments below. But that's it for now, guys. Thank you for tuning in. Bye for now.